Hey folks, another response video to the Unbiblical Unitarian podcast. Let's hear his argument today on Christ's dual nature and if he was deficient in wisdom.
The doctrine of the two natures of Christ, the doctrine that says that Jesus is 100% God and 100% man, the doctrine that says that Jesus is a divine person that assumed a human nature and that he's not two persons, he's a divine person with a divine will and he assumed a human nature. Since that's not actually taught in Scripture, you actually have to read that into the text. You have to commit eisegesis in order for your doctrine to work. So take, for example, the narratives of Jesus growing up in Luke chapter 2, particularly in Luke 2:52, where it says that Jesus continued to increase in wisdom and in stature and in favor with God and with men. So we have Jesus increasing in wisdom. Now, this is not the divine Jesus. This is not the part of Jesus where you think that he is 100% God. So you have to say that this is the part that's 100% man. The 100% man part is the one that increased in wisdom and he increased in favor with God. Well, who do you mean by this?
As usual, Unitarians will always quote a text and create a narrative that misrepresents Jesus. The Apostle Luke in verse 252 in no way is making the claim that Jesus is deficient in wisdom, stature, and favor. A few verses prior in Luke 2:40, Luke says the child Jesus continued to grow and became strong, being filled with wisdom, and the grace of God was upon him. Luke would be literally contradicting himself if the text were to be interpreted Jesus was deficient in wisdom when he was already filled with it. Furthermore, Luke 2:52 is an Old Testament reference to the same statement made about the child Samuel in 1 Samuel 2:26. 1 Samuel 2:26 says, "And the child Samuel grew on and was in favor both with the Lord and also with men." Luke is paralleling Jesus' involvement in ministering in the temple as a child with Samuel. 1 Samuel chapter 2 verse 18 says, "But Samuel ministered before the Lord, being a child, girded with a linen ephod." Luke has never contradicted himself in any of his writings. The fallacy argument that the Unitarians create is nothing further from the truth. I challenge any Unitarian who don't believe that Jesus pre-existed to give me a verse that invalidates that God cannot become a man and have both a divine and human nature.